So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys.
She mad. You mad.
Ain't got nothing to say about that. Gordy, stop. Hey, Gordy. Hey, don't crash out.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, Gordy. Don't, Gordy, come on, bro.
Don't
say nothing.
See, I'm not talking.
This is too much. He's up.
No. I'm not trying to say I told you so because I didn't say it bar for bar, but I most definitely heavily implied that the cops were listening to these podcasts.
Why do y'all keep going back to this man? Y'all can go on any other podcast, any other interviewer, and talk about your crimes there. The cops will still find it there. It's okay.
Last year I made a video called Why Do People Keep Trusting Adam22? Something along those lines. And on there I broke down a couple reasons why you probably should not involve yourself with this type of person on any level, really. You don't want him being your boss. You don't want him being your friend. You don't want him being anything near you at all. He uses people, and then when he's done with them, he throws them away like they never existed, and the timeline in which he disposes of you significantly speeds up if you give him any pushback at all. If you are not a yes man, if everything that he does is not the greatest thing in the world, you're gone. You are gone. He especially hates when he feels that people are better than him. If he feels that way, you're gone. And the methods in which he decides to remove you vary. He can straight up fire you. He can publicly humiliate you. He can get you arrested. Nah, I'm playing. I don't know about that last one. There has always been allegations of him being a Fed though. And with this recent indictment, things are looking a little weird over there. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there's been an indictment, one that people are calling the No Jumper RICO, but that name is a bit of a misnomer because in actuality, only 2 people who had worked at No Jumper or are affiliated with No Jumper actually got arrested. Now, did this podcast play a significant role in these arrests? That's still up in the air. I personally would say so, but it's not just this specific podcast, it's podcasts in general. I'll get to that later. But either way, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and Big U all got arrested in connection to a RICO case. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of detail on that. If you would like to see a very detailed video on that, I suggest checking out this video right here. KB goes into it in great detail. Great, hardworking YouTuber. You should check him out. I'm more so looking into the theory that all of this is Adam's fault. In my personal opinion, no, this is not Adam's fault. This is not all Adam's fault. If he's assigned any blame at all, I would say it's about 10 to 15% to blame for this specific instance. He has been more at fault for things in the past because he stirs the pot. But this particular thing, I don't think that's on Adam. Mostly because I don't think Adam needs to be a Fed to do these type of things. I think he's just Adam. He's just himself because he has one goal. Every single thing is content. And his machine for content is No Jumper. Have you ever seen the movie Nightcrawler? If not, go watch it. But Lou straight up is Adam, especially towards the end. If the feds come knocking and he knows he can get away with it, then he might give us some information. But I don't think he's purposely feeding information to the feds because that would mess up his machine. He has created an environment where he can create so many scenarios and make so much drama. This is something that Jerry Springer could only dream of. It can be real or it can be fake content, like that time that anytime Flacco's involved and he doesn't look scared, it's fake. Adam has access to people who will put their livelihood at risk for 15 minutes of fame. And he can deny all responsibility, which is exactly what he did when that person got jumped up at No Jumper. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. If Adam really wanted to, G Malone said it perfectly.
Adam, the first day he saw you, had enough money to go hire, went to USC and wrote for the Times. You know why he hired you? Because you a mother. You a Compton. Don't you never forget that. You know why he hired T-Rail? You don't got no journalistic experience. He was like, that don't matter. These is the in the streets. Y'all are the culture. Y'all the streets,
of
nigga.
the culture.
That's what he paid for. And after he lost y'all, he went and hired other niggas that was just Crips. Even crippier.
Even crippier.
Yeah.
Like T-Rail got a fashion sense. You got some knowledge about all kind of worldly. That he hired after y'all, it's just regular Crips.
If he wanted to get journalists on the team, he could do that, but it wouldn't get the views off the bat. You might build yourself into a respectable company, but who cares about that? Who wants that? We want the clicks. Chaos brings clicks. His hosts constantly fight each other. His guests fight each other. Sometimes the hosts fight the guests, and sometimes it ends in someone losing their life. And people keep going up there because they feel like they can outsmart the machine. You can't. The machine doesn't care if you outsmart it. You are still going to be a cog in the machine. That's what happened with DW Flame. DW Flame didn't want to talk about certain things, so they labeled him boring. He didn't let Adam play with him. And they said that he had bad bitches because he stood up for himself. And that's exactly what I'm saying. When you don't play ball, you get off the show. So stop going on the show. Otherwise, you're going to be playing by his rules. Go in there to promote the music. If you go on there and you are a musician and over 70% of the interview is you talking about not your music, specifically talking about crimes that you committed, you need to get up and leave.
So, okay, I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation? Maybe it might not have been you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
Okay. But that wasn't related to any of the cases that you caught? Well played.
Adam is a participant in everything until he decides it's unsafe for him. That's what's going on with this indictment. He got a little bit too close and the feds came knocking at the house, if that's true. And he realized, time to tighten up.
No Jumper is going broke. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. In addition to that, you might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. We lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. And second, in addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion.
So now he's putting out this statement about how No Jumper is going to change a little bit. We're moving. Since that last video, I don't know how many people came and left from No Jumper. Lush got fired, started making hit pieces, then got rehired, and now he's back on the show. Sharp is gone. Lush and Suspect got into a fight with each other. And then him recently, oh my God, I don't think I've laughed this hard in the law, bro. Sharp has never been fucking funnier than talking about the watch. Let me show you this clip. So Almighty is getting into an argument with another host on the show, and as he's clapping, his watch fucking explodes.
Almighty he always has to do too much to get his point across. I don't have to do too much.
You didn't have no points. You lost.
I did have points because I called my cousin. You only got that point.
You were still wrong.
Raising a 2-parent household. You're raising a 2-parent household. You're raising a 2-parent. Okay.
I'm really at it. I'm from nowhere. I don't say blood, clown. Clown.
Your mom raised you.
Clown.
Your mom raised you.
Boss.
Your mom raised you.
What your mama do? Thank you. Thank you.
That shit snapped into like a cat breakaway collar.
Let's give a round of applause because everybody's been so great tonight. Yeah. Round of applause to everybody, man.
Does it seem like I'm all over the place? That's because this shit is so messy at this company. But that's exactly how Adam likes it. There is content being created here that is self-sustaining. They can never do the news ever again. All they have to do is have shows, arguments, fights, and then talk about the shows and the arguments and the fights. I know before I said, don't trust Adam22. You cannot trust Adam22. But now I'm saying, go ahead and trust Adam22. Trust him to be exactly who you know he is. And if you think he's any different, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Because the second you are not useful to him, you will become content. Doesn't matter what bread y'all broke before. You are content. And if he can disrespect you without feeling like he's going to be touched, then he will do it. As soon as people get sentenced, y'all going to see exactly what he thinks about people. So who is to blame for this case? The people talking. The people talking. I haven't even looked at the case, but I'm very sure it's going to be full of people fucking talking, whether it be phone taps or podcasts. People talk too much.
Keep on running content on my name, nigga. I'm putting Kill Squad in the street. Nigga on 6-0. Hey, nigga, I got more murders than you got squabbles, bitch. In the hood, nigga. Dead homies, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. Nigga got more skulls than you got squabbles in the set, bitch.
Some people are saying that the podcasts don't matter, and that is just 100% false. The No Jumper staff is extremely careful on what they say and how they say it. So they'll put up their hands and say, well, I just asked questions. Why are you asking the question? Aren't you there for the music? You know exactly why you invited that person there. This is the first question of the interview. The first question. Everyone knows Adam picks people because he wants to hear the story, the full story about a rumor that he heard about them. The whole interview is set up in a way that gets you to talk about your crimes. If there is a shred of evidence in those folders that say they picked up this information due to this podcast and this podcast, if there's any information like that, it helped. That was one piece of information that the cops didn't go have to dig for, i.e., you did their job for them. Everybody who goes in there and talks about street shit, you are putting yourself at risk every time you open your mouth. But I don't blame them. They see an avenue in which they can make some money off of the stuff that they did in their past. Hopefully they're not still currently doing it. But when RICOs get involved, like the statute of limitations gets real weird. Because if I'm not mistaken, you can pull, let's say you did something in the past, like, I don't know, you did a B&E and the statute of limitations on that is like 5 years. If you did that in furtherance of a gang, which would be under the RICO Act, that would get you popped for that. They can pull it back as long as people keep committing crimes that are under that RICO. So you could have done that 6 years ago, but someone else did a crime for the enterprise within a year, and they can pull it up at that point. Now you can't get charged for that crime, but that crime can factor into your sentencing. I bring that up because feds are notorious for letting you think you got away with the crime and then doubling back, all because they were building a case on you. Every single pack that you had made it to the destination because the feds let it. So in conclusion, does Adam22 work for the feds? I don't think so. I just believe that his current business model is set up in such a way that it feeds into the federal agenda. At the end of the day, the thing that matters the most to Adam is No Jumper. If you want to peek into Adam's mind, I highly recommend looking at the people around him. Ask, what are they there for? Because everyone's got a purpose in Adam's eyes. Let's focus in on Lush. Lush wants to be liked by Adam so much. People like Lush who want to be liked tend to soak up all the attributes that they believe make the person that they're trying to get to like them and exaggerate them. How Lush is on the surface, that's what Adam's trying to hide. And listen to what Lush says when they're explaining the Coolio 19 body story.
My interviewing journey, I would not let that footage be aired.
Why not?
Man.
$200 on shorts revenue and on his episode is not worth me having to have on my conscience. I could have saved this fool from fucking a L in jail forever.
And
if he really did that
and talked about it.
No, wait. That fool he is not okay mentally.
Yeah.
No real fool is gonna tell you, oh, I'm doing this, woo, 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 woo.
At what point do you actually put the people that are across from us at these tables on these microphones' lives into perspective in your own mind? Like, damn, maybe I shouldn't let this fool crash out on camera.
If I don't
like
ask
this.
again, though.
I know that's not the No Jumper philosophy, but
I think this is really great marketing. We're just talking about this guy now.
It's as simple as that. If you believe that this is going to cause more issues, then maybe don't release it. They think ahead. They think about what's going to happen after this interview, and they don't. They say, I probably wouldn't have let that story out. Lush says that's good advertisement because that is exactly how his boss thinks. He doesn't care about his guests. He doesn't care about his host. The end all be all is No Jumper. And as soon as you believe that you are better than Adam, he's gonna backdoor you. You're gonna do some small thing to piss him off, and it's gonna be a snowball effect from there. It's happened a lot of times. I think he's going for 22. It might already be there. Someone do the math. I don't know what the running tally is. You do not need No Jumper for exposure. The only people that you're exposing yourself to is the police. I don't think. Matter of fact, in the comments, tell me one time you have went from a No Jumper interview to a song. Have you stuck around as a fan during this iteration of No Jumper, not SoundCloud? Adam is not an honest person. That video where he's talking about going broke is a half truth. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but that is 100% a setup for something else. How do you know he's lying? His fucking mouth is moving. He's gonna pivot from gang content, and he's telegraphing that he doesn't have money for a reason, and it's not because he feels like he should be honest with his fans. Either he has lawsuits that he's afraid of, he feels like he's about to get investigated by the feds, which selling your assets wouldn't work. That would actually put you in a worse position. He just did a rug pull with the meme coin. Still not a fed, which is much worse. He don't even be doing it because it's his job. He just does it because he finds it entertaining. Moral of the story, stop talking on podcasts. Ultimate moral of the story, 3 is a crowd. If you are new here and you like the video, please like the video. If you didn't like the video, then don't like the video. But if you stuck around for this long, more than likely you feel in some capacity that you belong here with the rest of us. And I agree, you do belong here. Y'all be safe.